Hello, class 9 student. This is Neha Singh, your science teacher, and I'm here with the another topic of your science, motion. Chapter number 8 from NCERT, and it's a part of a physics. So let's firstly study what is motion. We know very well that if we ever talk about the term motion, we come to know that the motion represents what? It is actually, we call it a movement. Any movement that we can observe, microscopic or macroscopic, we'll call that movement as a motion. But for example, you can say that the movement of the celestial objects such as stars, planets, moons, which are rotating and which are doing revolution in around the sun, around the earth on their own axis also. Like when it's flowing, dust particle, water particles, they are also exhibiting the motions. Animals like us, we are walking, jumping, running, swimming, flying, birds, like they all are showing the movement in one or the other part. Similarly, with the plants, they show motion in the form of their growth, in the form of the according to the light also. Microbacteria, they also doing their movement during their life cycle. So every living creature, whether it is a living thing, whether it is a microscopic or macroscopic, they all exhibit the motions. Even the non-living things also that we created for our ease, they are also showing the motions. Like you can say that if we talk about the technological advancement such as machines, they are also doing the motions, they are also doing the movement by when we supply the heat to them, when we supply the energy to them. So they show the movement as per our requirement, but they cannot move without any external help, right? So all these examples, they are clearly understood that what is motion, that it is a movement of something. But motion in physics, this is the question, what is it? Motion, so a movement of a body, we are calling it a motion, but the common characteristics of all these things that they have to change their position with time. If they are changing their position from one part to the other part, then we are calling that, yes, it is doing a motion, right? So a body is said to be in motion when it is changing its position continuously with time, right? But for describing a motion, we always need a fixed point, a origin, an observer, or a reference point. For example, we can say that this car is moving. This car is moving, and it is after 5 seconds it reaches over there. But if I am at point B, if I'll be at point B for me and it stops there, then it will be at rest. It will not be moving. But the one who is belonging to this house or standing here over there, and if he observes something, that he will be saying that yes, it is moving, and it moves from this part to the B. After 5 seconds it will reach to the second part. Oh, for example, another example if I'll give you, if you'll think O is a fixed plane, just consider this as a fixed point on a plane, and an object moves on in this plane, so keeps on changing the position of the A, it keeps on changing, it is moving like that and going here and here and here and here and here, and then reaches the air. So if we need to talk about the position of the A object with respect to the O, then A is said to be in motion with respect to O, because it is changing its position from here to here. So from this aspect, we can say that there are two objects actually. Two things are there in physics. One is motion, the other is rest. So motion is a relative in nature. We can say that motion is a relative term Why? Because we always needed a observer, an origin or a reference point to refer whether the object is in movement or not, whether it is changing its position or not. Clear? Maybe you can get one more example as well as consider the example of a car that is parked in a parking area. To the guard sitting at the entrance of the parking, the car is at rest. Since none of them are moving, not even the guard and not even your car. But if you're considering the examples of two trains which are running parallelly tracks moving in the same direction with the same speed, so it seems to the passengers of both the trains that the trains are at rest because they are moving with the same velocity. Since position of none of them changes with respect to each other, so that we can say that we always need a reference point to describe whether a particular object is in motion or not. So by this we can say that motion, it is a relative term. We need a reference object. If a body moves fairly fast, then its motion can be observed easily, but if it's slow, like the ticking of the hour hand in the clock, wall clocks, so it is become difficult for observer to stand over there and to check the motion over there, right, for a long time. So always need a observer, always need a nature, we can say that it relative net with the reference point, so that we can come to know about the motion. Hopefully this part is clear to you all, that the motion is, the body is said to be in motion when it changes its position continuously with respect to the stationary object taken as a reference point with respect to time as well. And the object is said to be at rest if it's not changing its position with respect to the time. Types of motions. We have learned about the types of motion based upon the which path they are traveling. So on the basis of that, if they are taking a smooth random path, like the movement of smoke in air, the movement of the butterfly, it started from here, first goes here, then here, then here, then here, then here. So it's random. So the motion will be called as a random. If an object is moving to and fro position, like a pendulum, it is moving here and there, then the motion is known as oscillatory or vibratory motion. Third, an object, if it's rotating in its own axis, like the earth, so it is rotational motion. If it is moving on a straight path, then rectilinear, and the path is having slightly curve in that, then curvilinear. And if a motion is moving in a circular orbit, then this will be a circular motion. I hope this thing is clear to you all. We'll meet you in the next part of this video to explain more about the motion. Till then, thank you everyone. Keep learning.